Ben from Spritz Society. I mean, you're from so many things.
Yes.
But right now, we got to talk about Spritz Society.
Yes, we do.
You are here on a very special day.
Yes, I am. This is launch day. Launch day of our lemon iced tea collab with Craig Conover. Dear friend, we made an amazing product that we're incredibly excited about. In our new, I don't know if you noticed, these are bigger cans.
Bigger cans.
So we were in the smaller 8.4 ounce cans. We're now in the 12 ounce cans, like High Noon, like White Claw. And lowered the ABV from 6% to 4.5%, made it a little bit more sessionable. This product is amazing. This product is amazing. And Craig's favorite flavor was lemon iced tea, so it's exciting. But yeah, literally, we launched like a half hour ago. I don't even know why I'm here. Like, there's what if the site is breaking? Like, what if
you're not able to do your job right now because you're busy?
No.
So we appreciate you put it up like the little Slack notification that you're busy.
No, I don't do that.
Oh.
I've actually it's a separate question. Who uses this Instagram note?
Oh,
Who?
I don't.
I don't.
I don't know what it.
What is it?
Is it like an away message?
I don't know what it is. No, because people are saying like in Miami, and it's like, okay.
Like
what do you want? Do you want me to reach out to you?
A notes app, you know what I mean? Like, go be in Miami.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to reach out to you? Is that why you're saying that?
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to tell you that I'm also in Miami? Do you want me to fly to Miami?
Honestly, I feel like I had fun with you in Miami.
Sure.
He's never been to
But
Miami.
I've never been.
Yeah, but then we can arrange a trip outside of Instagram notes.
Right.
That is very true.
If we're actually friends, as opposed to like whatever the hell they're doing over there. I digress.
Wait, okay, because like you said, this is launch day, which kind of
Yes.
like gives me NASA vibes. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah, we're going to the moon.
Yes. How was last night like getting ready for this?
We were up all night just QAing. Like that's what pre-launch is. Pre-launch is let's look at every single inch of the website and make sure nothing is broken. Make sure that when you check out it works. So preparing the site.
Okay.
Everybody, like you send links to 10 different people and have them all go through the site and all check out and all try. So that was last night. And then this morning my dog got neutered. So I dropped my dog at the vet before this.
Spritz.
Yeah, a little spritz.
A spritz and a snip.
A little spritz.
Yeah.
A spritz and a snip. We could do neutering parties. Spritz and
Is
snip.
does Craig know he's now offering that?
He should be.
Okay,
He
Craig,
should
I'll
be.
call you.
He should be.
You were saying this is Craig's favorite flavor, the lemon iced tea. How did you figure out that this is what you wanted to launch with Craig's name? Like Craig's name is like literally on the box.
So I met Craig like 7.5 years ago, but we started talking about Spritz Society probably a year and a half ago. We were at a Taylor Swift concert. Wow. We donated product with a brand called Tangled Teasers. They put it on their buses. Craig and Paige were on that bus, and I met Craig in the suite, and Craig's like, I just drank like 6 of these peach spritzes. Like, have you tried them before? I'm like, have I tried them before? Like, we own that brand. Like, are you? And like, to this day, I'm like, did you actually know? And you were just like trying to use that as like a way to talk to us about it. But he had never tried it before, didn't know that it was ours, and loved the product. And from there, I was like, all right, let's get you involved. Like, you need your own. One, you need to come on as a partner. 2, we need you to have your own flavor because we've done that before with the Skinny Confidential on Pink Lemonade, with Clausen Pickle on pickles, and collaborating is sort of core to what we do because as a very community-based company, it's important to us that our customers continuously have newness, but also that we bring in new communities and everybody sort of, it's like rising tide raises all ships.
I like that.
Wanted to collab with Craig, and when I think South Carolina, I think tea. Like that instantly. So Craig mentioned that he loved iced tea. Iced tea is really hot right now. Like, I don't know if you saw, like, High Noon came out with tea. Happy Dad came out with tea. Like, I think everybody about a year and a half ago was like, iced tea is about to get hot. Surfside is another one of those brands.
Yeah.
But we are the only wine-based tea on the market. So you don't taste wine when you're drinking it, but if you are not into drinking hard alcohol, or you're trying to have like a more rosé boat day type of drunk, that's where we come in.
I also like that because like wine and tea go hand in hand because usually when people are having some wine, they're spilling a little tea.
Definitely.
And some tea is being shared.
Absolutely.
And I like that this is a tea-based situation because you guys have like, I don't like, found yourself in the middle of some tea here and there the past year.
Yes.
Especially in the Bravo sphere. How has what is your thoughts on that noise been?
The noise is new to me. Like when I tell you I had nothing but nice interactions with Kyle prior to him going on Watch What Happens Live. Like we were friendly. We met at a not that you asked, but we met at a wine and spirits conference where we were both doing our jobs. Was introduced by a mutual. Said let's have dinner. We had dinner. It was great. I spoke about Spritz Society. He spoke about Loverboy. My partner, one of my partners, Jake, came and we split the bill and had a great time. And then he kind of went on Watch What Happens Live and just said a bunch of things that seemed out of left field.
Everyone off guard.
Yeah, caught everybody off guard. And of course, like, we like the attention, right? Like, especially when we didn't do anything wrong. It all was just very confusing. It was like, why are you saying those things? Like, they're not true.
I would
like,
imagine
all that you're doing is now inserting us into the conversation.
But right,
and now,
but now you're
and
part
now
of the
we're here, and I'm
Yes.
going to stay in the conversation.
I would imagine
know?
it's been like kind of good for business though. Like
Yeah.
it's gotten me excited about trying it.
It's good for the conversation. Like we say all the time, like Loverboy was just not on our radar at all. Like we are all competing in the biggest category in all of consumer products. Like alcohol is a multi-billion-dollar business, and we are all tiny fish, or were tiny fish, in this pond of High Noons, White Claws, Trulies, Twisted Teas, right? Like, and the idea of being competitive with somebody here, like, no, like if you think of like young musicians, like when they're first coming out, they're not in competition with each other. They're all trying to be Celine Dion, and they're friends, and they're growing, and they're collaborating. And then all of a sudden you look back in 20 years and you're like, oh, I grew up with this person. I had my come up. Like that has always been our approach.
I
Like,
also love that you
there
use
are
Celine
no.
Dion.
Wait, I know that
I love,
really
that
just,
made
like,
me so
I love
excited.
her. I love her.
I love her. I was like,
My heart will go on.
Will you
my last
please-
concert before COVID. I like love her so much.
She's
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
I spoke about this on my podcast, Good Guys, yesterday. Has anybody thought of the parallels between Celine Dion and the movie The Little Mermaid? And do we think that her voice was stolen by like an Ursula in her life?
Do we have to
And
get
all of a
into
sudden
the-
it's back?
I've never thought about that, but I love that
Pretty
you
interesting,
are
right?
thinking
I
about
love
Pretty
that.
interesting,
Yes.
right?
While doing QA for your brand.
Pretty
like,
interesting,
yes.
right?
Wow. That
And
is
now I
really
want to hear her
interesting.
sing like all of The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Spritz Society is the Celine Dion in this category of
Yeah.
alcohol? Okay, I
Yeah.
love that. Because
do.
Andy Cohen is talking about Coke and Pepsi. He commented on Craig's Instagram announcement
Yes.
today.
Like 5 seconds after it
Yes.
went by.
Yes.
He's invested. How did that feel to know that Andy Cohen is tapped in and looking at this as Coke versus Pepsi? That's a big deal.
It was great. I'd love Andy to try the product if he hasn't. We love Andy and appreciate him talking about us in general. So it's great, and it's funny. We were talking about this off camera. I don't know what's better, Coke or Pepsi. I don't. I used to be such a Coke guy.
Yeah.
Diet Coke, never regular. What am I,
Yeah.
nuts? Like that's.
I
What do you-
envy the people who
What, am I
can.
trying to get diabetes?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
like a crazy. And now I kind of like Diet Pepsi. So like whether we're the Coke or the Pepsi, it's great to be Coke or Pepsi.
Yes, you can be versed. You
1000%.
can have sips of both.
It's great to be Coke or Pepsi.
Now, Lindsay Hubbard, she went on your wife's podcast
Yes.
and said that the boys were able to patch things up while filming Summer House this season. What are your reflections, thoughts, feelings, opinions about that situation?
Who are we referring to?
Oh, well, I'm curious.
Like the boys were able to patch things up
Yes.
as
Like,
in Craig and Kyle?
Craig and Kyle.
Yeah.
So I don't have info on it.
Okay.
And all that I will say is Craig is great. He's great. Like I know him like on a really like intimate level. He's a great friend. He's a really good person. He doesn't try and start drama ever. Like he's just like let me be my best. And from the brief interactions that I've had with Kyle, he also was a really good guy. So I'm not entirely sure what happened and what transpired that created the drama. But I would think that it would make sense that they have mended fences because I don't know. At least just, I can only speak from personal interactions
And
where they're both good guys.
And how amazing that Spritz Society is being mentioned on the next season of Summer House. I mean,
No,
come
it's
on, that's
insane.
It's
Like,
amazing.
Of course it's amazing. Yeah. No, it's great. And it's also going to be a next season of Southern Charm.
Obviously,
and
yes.
it's all really, really exciting. And yeah.
Now, what I'm curious about because I don't know. Do you watch Summer House? Ish.
I've seen some episodes.
Because those, and I mean, it's very friendly cast. Like they're a great cast. We love all them, and they're very supportive. I'm like, they are like doing dishes while holding a Loverboy. You know what I mean? And like, as they like, that's amazing. Do you think Paige is gonna be holding some spritzes?
I don't know. The truth is, I'm like, Paige is, again, in the times that I've met her, she's unbelievable.
Yes.
And I also think she's an incredibly loyal friend. And so I think that I think she's really good friends with Kyle. So I would think that if it would hurt his feelings if she did that, then probably not. Even if she does like it and even if she will support it. So I don't know.
Do you and Claudia ever double date with Paige and Craig?
We did at that concert.
Okay.
And we have had dinners on the books.
Okay.
Yes. They're the best.
They are fun.
Does this adjacency to reality, like you're friends with Paige and Craig now, I would imagine that people have reached out to you and Claudia about some reality TV projects. Would you ever consider doing reality TV, maybe even going on Summer House or Southern Charm?
We would go on those shows, no question. Would we ever be on a show? No.
Why not?
It's too much. Like, I love, like, knock on wood 1,000 times, I love my life. And Claudia, too, loves her life. And I think that reality TV brings in a level of drama on a person that, like, one doesn't need. Like, I love, like, for the people who can do it, it's amazing. I don't think that I could necessarily have a camera in my face all the time, hot mic, like, it would scare me.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't be myself.
Yeah.
Like, right?
I guess so. I don't know, but I feel like you and Claudia are yourselves on your podcast. Obviously, you have control over your podcast, but it would be so fun for me, I think, to see you and Claudia. Like, I feel like you'd be fun on reality TV.
We probably would be, and maybe we start with, like, being on a show, like or
as a
like
cameo?
as a cameo,
Yeah.
or like, but
Not for you.
I also
I don't think so. I don't know.
it's that hard thing too where I mean you guys have like I was saying you have 500 things, like so many businesses and stuff like that, and I know that is a tricky thing with reality shows because then if they're like, oh, you guys can come on but we get caught, you know what I mean, and like I don't know if you would want to, you're like, what's the point of doing that?
By the way, sayonara. Like, that's not even a question.
No,
Like, yeah, no. I never understood that though. Like, if you have a previously established business, like, why would anybody want to cut of something that you built?
Yeah.
That's kind of nasty.
I don't get that either.
No good.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I feel like Bethany was the first one to really like shed light on that. I didn't realize that Bravo wants to cut of these people's businesses.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Go
called a
off
Bethany
the-
clause, but she says it. So.
Yeah,
According to Bethany, it was her clause.
yeah.
Wait, do you guys have anything? Because like, since she was a Bravo celebrity, but now is just like a TikTok icon. Do you guys ever interact with Bethany? Because I feel like
No, it's funny. I'm sure that you guys saw like that. There was whose concert? It was a John Mulaney stand-up. Did you hear about this?
yeah.
So we were sitting next to her, or next to her seat.
Oh, okay. Did her energy radiate towards y'all?
No,
wasn't
no,
there.
she wasn't there.
Oh, she didn't show up.
No, and like John Mulaney called her out, like
Oh,
for
I
not
missed
being there, and
that.
like saw her seat.
Oh,
You missed this?
I totally
yeah.
missed that.
And it's so not apparently, and I believe it, by the way,
Yeah.
that it's not Bethany's fault that she like told her team that like she
wasn't
wasn't coming. Like that particular venue misspelled everybody's name.
Oh,
Bethany Frankel was misspelled. Claudia Oshry was misspelled.
was your name told correctly?
Mine was Claudia Oshry +1. Also misspelled. So I think that the venue just didn't have their shit together. But so no, we don't spend it. We don't spend really any time together.
I feel like that'd be a fun crossover though.
Yeah, because
I like her stuff, especially like her food reviews.
I was gonna say
those are
because
really fun.
you're in your cooking era.
I am in my cooking era.
So-
yeah, we could.
yeah,
And her chicken salad looks good. Like,
chicken salad.
It does.
I love chicken
salad.
salad.
Goes well with a Spritz Society.
Oh, yeah.
Lemon
Ooh,
ice. You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
I see.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it does.
And I love what inspired Craig, because it says like by Craig Conover, and you were saying it's like lemon iced tea, very Southern charm, very
Yes.
South Carolina, very bold.
Yes.
What were there other? I don't know how much you can give away. Were there other flavors in the mix of a potential for Craig, like back and forth?
There really weren't. Like this was like the first idea. We loved it. We ran with it, and it's a flavor that we've been wanting to do for a long time, and one that perfectly matched what he actually drinks,
Embodies, yeah.
and then what the market of South Carolina. The goal was to make this a drink for South Carolina. Like, we released it today, direct to consumer, SpritzSociety.com. You can use code Craig20 on all
Oh,
products.
glad that code is still
Yes,
the
of
mode,
course it
because
is.
that was the post Watch What Happens live code.
Craig
Yeah.
20 is our marketing campaign. You can use code Craig20, and we have merch. This is Spritzing Down South, and
That's
there's like a
cute.
bunch of really cool merch that came out that you can buy also.
Claudia, sorry I hugged your husband a few extra times because it's so soft.
Yeah, no. By the way, I'll get you merch. I'll get you
So
merch.
soft.
But so this was it. Like it is South Carolina, and like I know I'm only saying this here, so like it's kind of breaking. It's coming to South Carolina, the market next month, which will be really exciting. And I don't know, this on a boat, it's perfect.
Hearing you talk about it, it does feel like this is super authentic to what you and Craig were trying to do.
Yeah.
But for the people who are like, oh, T, that's kind of like the Loverboy thing.
Yeah.
Like, are you just like copying? Like, what do you say to those people?
I mean, we're all recreating things that have been created for a very long time.
Yeah.
Iced tea is not a new thing. Hard iced tea is not a new thing. If you want to think of like the king of hard iced tea, that would be Twisted Tea. And it's sort of like what I mentioned in the beginning, which is like we're all just trying to create great products in a sea of huge conglomerates in beverage alcohol. So tea was hot. That's why High Noon made a tea. That's why Happy Dad made a tea. That's why Surfside is the fastest growing beverage alcohol company in the U.S. Also, all iced teas. So for us, it's just what made sense. People want iced tea. South Carolina deserves an iced tea. And not to get too nitty gritty, but by being a wine-based tea, there are different laws for spirit-based teas or spirit-based products and wine-based products. So in South Carolina in particular, we can be sold in grocery.
Yes, I'm from North Carolina, so
you
I know the vibe. Yeah.
So you know. But a High Noon vodka base can't be.
So you're gonna have more
So-
reach.
Oh yeah,
That's exciting.
Yeah, so it was a very strategic, intentional decision that had nothing to do with anybody else's brand, but our brand.
Gotcha.
And what made sense in that market in particular.
Do you think Kyle is planning a strategic response to this, or do you think he's gonna? Is he done? Do you think having the little public back and forth, or what do we feel is going on in Kyle Cook's brain right now?
Yeah,
because all the comments on Craig's Instagram were wondering.
I have no idea. Again, I really did try to build a nice relationship.
Yeah.
We don't have contact, and I don't know. What I would say is, if there is a response, we do what we do best, which is hold our head high, and we are of the opinion that rising tides raise all ships. I think that like my last text to him was like a couple months ago, and was like, if you ever want to do like a party together, Loverboy and Spritz Society, let's bring our communities together. And like he never responded.
Oh, he left
that
you on
would
red
be-
about that'd be fun.
No, and also it's like I get that there's Summer House.
Yeah.
Like our community, the Toast community, is so freaking enormous. Like that would have been great for Loverboy too. So I'm here saying that we don't feel that there is any competition there. We never have since we launched. Like we'll collab with anyone. That makes sense and has a like audience. Right? And they have a like millennial female audience, I think. So
That'd
if
be
he
a good
is
duet.
so if he is planning something, like it just doesn't matter to us.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing seriously. Like
Yeah.
it's full blown tunnel vision.
It's not going to work. Now, obviously,
Or
Craig,
horse blinders, whatever that.
I think that both works. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Craig has been such a fun partner to collab with. Is there anyone else that you're thinking or dreaming of collabing with that you would love to do a drink with?
It needs to be really, really authentic.
Yeah.
So like all of our collabs have come through friends, investors, friends that became investors, like people that love the brand.
Yeah.
Like that's how Lauren Bostic and Michael sort of first started. Like we were thinking about doing our podcast with Dear Media. And then Michael said that they invest in brands, and we like them a lot. They're great people, and she has her own really great community. So it's really anybody that has a really, really strong community that's going to reach a new audience that's not our core audience, but that our core audience knows, so they're excited about it.
Right.
That's sort of the formula for these collaborations. So there will be more. I don't have who the next person is, but there will be another person for sure.
Okay.
Because we love it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so fun.
It's so fun, and it's fun for us too. So we're excited to see who the next person is, but we're more excited that you stopped by
Yes.
to talk about this collab with Craig going on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's so exciting.
Thanks
And
for having me.